welcome to our first and only airing of the Minority Minute. Because our producers do not have much money, we only have 5 minutes of airtime, so let's get right down to it. We have been asked multiple times about what people want to know. What is the American dream? We are going to get 3 opinions on this, one of which is our very own Matt Olson. Because we are limited on time, we are going to keep his down to 1 minute. So, let's get started. Mr. Olson, we've been asked by multiple sources, what do we think the American dream is? And I want to get society's version into this. What is your opinion on the American dream?
I think the American dream is the idea that we as Americans are capable of doing great things and anything that we want. We have the opportunity to pursue our own education, pursue our own occupation, unlike many other countries. People have the opportunity to rise from rags to riches, and a lot of other societies don't have that opportunity. So that's unique to the American society.
Do you think that immigrants coming into this country would be too afraid to live up to the American dream?
I don't think so. I think it's been proven in the past that many immigrants have lived the American dream. So I think if given the opportunity, that many would love to seize that opportunity.
So, do you think it would be easier for an American young child or an immigrant young child to achieve the American dream?
It'd probably be more easily accessible for someone who's established himself in the country, but the opportunity is still there.
Well, that is our time limit today for Mr. Olson. Please stay tuned, for we have another interview.
What?
Welcome back to the Minority Minute. In our last interview, we interviewed Matt Olson, society's version of the American dream. Our next interview will be Mr. Jay Gatsby.
Good afternoon. You can call me Gatsby, old sport.
So, Mr. Gatsby, we have been asked multiple times what our version of the American dream is. We want to get your take on this. What do you think the American dream is?
Sure. Well, I think America has a place for hard work. And people that work hard are going to be able to achieve success. I think being true to oneself is something that is part of the American dream. Being true to you, being true to others. And, of course, being kind. Because if you're really being true, then it's going to lead to a place of kindness. And so being kind to others also is part of the American dream. And I think if you combine these 3 things, you're going to find a great amount of success.
Well, because we only have 1 minute of airtime for you, we're going to cut this short right now. Thank you, Mr. Gatsby, for allowing us to interview you.
Thanks again. Thanks again, old sport.
Have a nice
great day.
Have a nice day. And now, our own producers wanted to be out here so they could tell you what they think the American dream is. They have a very similar idea of the American dream, so please welcome our producers.
Hi.
How's it going?
Oh, thank you, man. This is a great pleasure.
So, as you know, we've been asked about the American dream. I've said this 3 times now, so I hope you know. So, what our viewers pretend to want to know is, what is our version of the American dream?
I think that my vision of American dream, I don't know if Hunter would agree with me, is that you gain what you want, what you've always wanted in life. Like, when you're fully happy with the life you're living and you have everything you wanted, that's my American dream, that's my vision. I don't know about...
No. Working through with hard work is really quite the American dream kind of way. I mean, you work hard, then you get your dream. You get whatever your particular dream is. And I agree with Sam. When you are content with your life, your American dream is, your dream is caught, you know?
Well, I want to know, wouldn't you agree that the American dream is kind of, if you have a fine amount of money, just enough to live happily off of, not like you're poor and just can't live very well, or you're super rich and don't know what to do with it. You have just enough to live happily, and that your spouse makes you happy, and you can be with them for the rest of your life, and never be a day sad. Don't you agree that would be what the American dream would be very similar to?
It can for some people, but like what you said about being rich, that they give a whole bunch of money at the same time not able to do anything. I wouldn't mind like being rich in the future, cause like I'd like that's like I've always liked that kind of lifestyle, like being rich and being able to do a lot of stuff with because you have so much money.
Well, of course. I
Well, I'm gonna have to cut you guys short because we are out of time. Thank you for tuning in to the Minority Minute. That is all the time we have. This is the only episode we will ever have because they are broke. Good night.